Keep writing, please. I know it's Friday, we're very excited, 3-day weekend, all good. Today I'm teaching you something very important today. And it requires you to understand yesterday. Yeah. It was yesterday. Okay, so let's talk about yesterday's real quick, just because one of the things they teach you in teacher school is to engage students' prior knowledge. So in this particular lesson, I have to do that. I have to make sure that we get yesterday's, because if you don't get yesterday's, today's won't make sense. Happens a lot in math. So I'm going to scooch this just a tiny. This was yesterday's. It said slope of 3 passing through 1864. So I said m was 3, x was 18, y was 64. Do you remember this? And then I said y equals mx plus b. And I plugged those 3 things in to find b. And do you guys remember why we do it this way? It's easier than backtracking on a table or graph. Much more accurate than backtracking on a graph. Much less work than backtracking on a table. And then final answer equation. Okay, now next question. Do you guys all know the slope formula? Michael, what is it? Do you know what it is? Beautiful, perfect job. Okay. Do you guys all know how to find the slope with the slope formula? Okay, so if you know what we did yesterday and you know the slope formula, then putting those 2 things together for today's isn't going to be too bad. So in today's, instead of giving you the slope and a point, they're going to give you 2 points. So you got to find the slope first, then do what we did yesterday. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is find the slope. Using the slope formula that Mike just gave us, I'm going to label my points x1, y1, x2, y2. A lot of you guys are really good at this. You don't need to label those. It's okay. Y2 minus y1. This is going to bug me. I have to change it. I can't live like that. It's over x2 minus x1. Any questions about my setup of the slope formula? Do you notice how I was really careful? I made sure to put minus, and then if it was negative, I put it in parentheses just to be careful. Okay, so what is 5 minus negative 5? 10. And what's 2 minus negative 3? 5. So my slope is 2. Okay, so now we have the problem from yesterday. We have the slope and we have a point it's passing through. So we're going to say x equals y equals. It doesn't matter which point you choose. I'm just going to choose the first point, negative 3, negative 5. Okay, so let me pause just to make sure this is like maybe the most important thing you learn the whole semester. So I'll make sure. Okay, so take the 2 points, find the slope. We're all good with that. We practice that a lot. I know sometimes we mess up on the negatives, but we understand the concept of it. Okay, and then I'm going to identify a point. Does it matter which point I use? No. And to be honest, 2, 5 is probably easier because it doesn't have any negatives in it, but it doesn't matter because we're not scared by negatives over here. No, you're not. You're fine. Okay. So now this problem switches into a problem like this. So you're going to say y equals mx plus b. Okay, now what is y? -5. What is m? 2. What is x? -3. And what operation is happening here? Times. Yep, beautiful. Plus b. Oh, wait, I don't have a b to plug in. That's on purpose. We're solving for b. What? Yeah. Plus 6. Okay. Now, just in your powers of prediction, what are some people going to do accidentally on a quiz or test for a problem like this? They're going to just drop the mic and walk away right now? Yeah, that's not the answer. The answer is y equals 2x plus 1. Now you can drop, yeah, now you can drop it and walk away. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so don't write this, but to answer Ella's ridiculously good question, don't write this, don't write it, don't write it. I mean, you can, but you don't have to. Let's pretend that I chose the other point. Okay, so I'm just going along and I'm like, oh, this one doesn't have any negatives in it, so I'm going to choose that one, just whatever. Or the points were flipped. Okay, so watch what happens. Watch equals mx plus b. 5 equals 2 times 2 plus b. 5 equals 4 plus b minus 4 minus 4. 1 equals b. Same exact answer. So it doesn't matter which point you choose, just as long as you don't choose an x from this one and a y from this one, that wouldn't work. You have to choose the whole point, that one or that one. Just for your comfort, so you know it doesn't matter. Okay, now I need you guys to get your packets out. While you're doing that, I'm going to talk about the agenda and show you my joke. Yeah, 102 to 106, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so today we're gonna practice. It's like in the CPM book, it's called making a logo, but we're gonna do the same exact thing we just did in those notes. We did the notes first, which I'm counting as number 99, and then we're gonna work on number 100, which is in your packet. So you're done with your notebook. We're gonna work in the packet from now on. Homework is 102 through 106, and here is my joke. It says, who is the inventor of fractions? Henry VIII.
I don't think, sorry.
1/8, like an 8.
Oh,
yeah. The 8, yeah, 1/8. Okay, but that's actually not a true, that's not true. That's a joke. Don't go saying that to people. That's not actually a true statement. Also, I'm pretty sure they didn't have pizza during Henry VIII's time. Do you guys know when Henry VIII was alive? Yeah, it's not my strong suit, the history. It's not my thing. Okay, anyway. All right, so find this resource page. It has these designs on it. Okay, and because it's a CPT day today, we don't have time to do both design A and B. Shoot. Oh, I know. Oh. So I need you guys to choose. Which one do you want to do, A or B? They're the same difficulty level. I know that B looks more spicy, but it's not. But we'll do A. The majority wanted A. Okay. So we're gonna do design A, and we're gonna come up here. So I'm gonna do one with you here. So we're gonna come up here, and we have, let's call this segment 1. So we're gonna put a 1 down here next to this line. And I'm gonna try to fit the math in here. So I'm gonna write kind of small. The homework is 102 to 106. Okay. So I'm working on segment 1 here, which is this piece of the design. Do you guys see where I got my coordinates from? They're the endpoint here and the endpoint here. Okay, so I'm going to label that x1, y1, x2, y2. M equals. Okay. What number goes first right here? Y2, 278. Minus 168. Beautiful job. Thank you. Over 57 minus 35. Okay, and we might start to get nervous about the size of these numbers, but it comes out okay, I think. Mm-hmm. Do you guys see why I started to write 57, 278 first, but that was going to give me 2 negatives. If I wrote it like small to large, then it would be easier. Okay, so there's the slope is 5. Now x equals y equals. Which point do you want to use? The first one has smaller numbers. Yeah. Pausing here. Does everybody know where I got all my information from? What's 5 times 35? Mm-hmm. Beautiful. You're a genius. So proud. Okay. So that's the first equation. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the equation and bring it down here. So y equals 5x minus 7. Okay, now the domain. The domain is the x's, so it goes between 35 and 57. So you're gonna write 35 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 57. Make a little note right there if you want that domain is the x's of the coordinates. Okay, so what's the range then? The y's. Okay, so the smallest y is 168. The biggest y is 278. So 168 is less than or equal to y is less than or equal to 278. Yes, and it's increasing because the slope is positive. Yes, okay, so you guys, I'm gonna do one more with you, and then you guys are gonna do the other two in your groups. But I think we should do the flat one together because the flat one is weird. So I'm gonna label the flat one as segment 2. Segment 2 goes from 35, 168 to 123, 168. Let me zoom back in. Okay, now if you're a person who is very observant, you'll be able to see where this is going right away. If you're not an observant person as far as numbers go, you'll probably just go through the motions. We're going to just go through the motions, pretending that we're not noticing that this is a flat line and that these 168s match each other. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 Okay, now I'm going to ask Noah a question because I can rely on him for a solid answer. Did I actually need to do any of that work right there? No. Why not? Yep. Okay, so if you notice the top two equal the same thing, so it's going to be 0 no matter what, or you notice that the line is flat horizontal, so that has a 0 slope, you can skip all that step, which is great. Okay, now we're going to say x equals y equals x is 35, y is 168. It doesn't matter. You can choose this one if you want. Y equals mx plus b. There's some more unnecessary work that's going to happen here, but that's okay because I want to show you that going through the motions will still work. 168 equals 0 times 35 plus b. 0 times 35 is 0, so 168 equals b. You can skip right to the end. Okay, now you guys were asking about this the other day. So y equals 0x plus 168, but we don't write this part. Y equals 168 is the final answer because 0 times anything is 0 and it goes away. Okay, now, hold on. You can actually, so if you're somebody who's observant with numbers, you can skip all of this work
and say, oh, that y equals that y, so y is 168. You could skip all the way from here to here just if you can notice that the 168s match and that they're y's. Jalen, what's up? 0x, no, never. Okay, now let's do the domain and range. So domain is 35 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 123. And the range is y equals 168. There's just one number for the range. It looks really weird if you put 168 to 168. Yeah. You put that it's neither increasing or decreasing, it's staying the same. Okay, you guys, so that part's done. Okay, so this one's going to be segment 3. Segment 3 goes from 35, 168 to 79, 190. This piece right here. Okay, I want you guys to do that in your groups or by yourself. I'm going to put the answer up in just a couple of minutes. So give that one your best try. I'm going to work on it myself up over here so I can put the answer up. You can definitely talk to each other. It's okay. Quick note, just that I was doing the problem. Slope should be written in reduced fractions. Don't make it a decimal. Reduced fractions.
It doesn't matter which coordinates you use, right? Or do you have to use the first one? Or the first one?
For this?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean here?
Yeah, does it
Oh, it
matter
does
which
not
side-
matter.
Oh,
I use the one with the smaller numbers or ones that are positives because it just makes the math easier.
sure.
Also, if you're getting a decimal for B, that's okay. I'm getting a decimal for B. Did you guys get a decimal for B? Okay. No, I want you to put the B in a decimal and the slope in a fraction. And the reason I want you to put the slope in a fraction is because we count the boxes, so they're really whole numbers technically. Don't look at the screen unless you're ready.
Okay, once you're done with that one, try the one that's going downhill. Oh, that's okay. And just put your own over here. So you guys, the downhill one, you're going to expect the slope to be what? Negative. So don't freak out when you get a negative slope.
Yeah, they're up here. Yes, please. You guys getting the same slope but negative? It makes sense from the picture. If you guys are waiting for me, start to work on the homework, 102 to 106. I think for the slope. For the downhill one. Yeah, see, it's 22 over 44.
I can't say 229.5, you said?
Okay, so last thing I want to mention today is that I got 229.5 as well. These numbers in the domain and range should go least to greatest. So this one, make sure you didn't put 190 to 168. You should make it 168 to 190, even though you subtracted them the opposite way. These should always go small to large. Does that make sense? And then you got decreasing, I'm hoping. Okay. All right, work on your homework, please. That was it, but super important.
Wait, so
Work
what
on
did
it.
you
Oh, we do not have time.
do?
Did you guys want to do 4 more though?
No,
We
I'm
can
good.
do it.
No,
I
I'm
don't
good.
know. I feel like we can get it without doing a whole other one.
Yeah, why did you say- I said no. I said no. What do you want me to do? I didn't know.